All right. Good evening, everybody. If I could have everyone who's on just chat me their full name and address, please. And then board members, you're welcome to get started whenever. I know it's just now 6, so we can give it a few minutes if you'd like.
Yes, I think Yoshida is the only one. I think, yeah, she's not on. I think, yeah, Manny's here. Yoshida's not here yet.
I'm here.
Oh, you are? Where are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm right here.
Gosh, I didn't even see it. I'm like, I text y'all like, hey.
Yeah, I'm already
Right,
here.
so we all here.
Okay.
You ready, Aurora?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go ahead and call to order whenever you're ready.
Okay, let me pull this up here. All right, so what I'm gonna do, we wanna welcome everybody for coming to the meeting tonight. I wanna go ahead and call the meeting to order at 6:01 p.m. Yoshida, you're gonna be doing the minutes, correct?
I am not home right now, so
Uh-oh.
hold on. And well, yeah, I'm not even home.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Manny, can you do it this one last time, please?
I am on my way home, but we will take care of it. No problem.
Okay.
I can get them started for you guys, and then whatever I have, I'll just share with Manny or Yoshida.
Awesome.
Okay, so that'll be perfect. Thank you. All right, so we want to just welcome the management company here, and Aurora is our management representative with Landmark, and we also have Ryan. He is the owner of Landmark. So if people have any questions, it'll be a good time now to ask them any specific questions. So we're going to give the community time, limit of 3 to 5 minutes to state what they would like to say. So if anyone would like to speak, you can put it in the chat. Let's see. Okay, so Carrie, you have a question?
Sorry, it took me a minute to find the mute button.
That's okay. That's okay.
So I tried the paying my last quarter's dues using my bank account, mailing a check to you guys. But I'm have no way of knowing whether or not it actually reached you. I'm wondering at what point we will be able to set up online accounts so we can see the status of our payments. Thank you.
So Carrie, if you can, I have your address here. I can take a look at this tomorrow, and then if you want to, if you have my email address from the email I sent out with the Zoom link, I can follow up with you with directions to online payments.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions?
Good afternoon. My name is Brittany White. I live on Windridge Drive. I was wondering whether I could get the instructions on how to pay online as well, please.
Yep, absolutely. So if did you put your address in the chat?
I did not, but I
Okay,
can.
if you could go ahead and do that for me, I can follow up with you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
And this is Carrie again. If there's general information on how we can sign up, to use some online portal or something like that, if you want to send it to me, I can post it on the website if the board approves that.
Okay, yep. There was a welcome letter that was sent out, but I know we had a couple of issues with delivery, so we can talk to the board about circulating that again.
Any more questions? Okay, someone else joins in and may have a question. Let's see here.
So can we just circle back to the agenda real quick and just verify that we have a quorum?
Yes. I'm here. Manny's here. Yoshida's here. James is here.
Great, thank you. And then if you guys want to approve the agenda, I'll just need a motion.
Sure. I can motion to approve the agenda.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay.
All in favor of approving the agenda?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Okay. Stephanie, do you want to run through this or do you want me to?
You can run through it. It's not a problem.
Okay.
We'll go.
We don't have meeting minutes from your last meeting, so that's why there's none available on the agenda. And there is another section for community comments right here. We kind of jumped to it, but that's okay. Anyone can just raise their hand and we will get to it at the end of the new business. There's no management reports, no old business. We're going straight into new business. And the first action item is to vote on a new attorney.
Yep. Okay, so did everybody get a chance? I sent it out to everyone, the quotes that we received, as well as Yoshida sent one out. Did everybody get a chance to look at those quotes?
For the attorney?
Yes, for a new attorney.
Yes.
Okay. Did everybody get a chance to look at it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I think
Stephanie, you can go through it quickly, then you can move forward.
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I said you can go through quickly. So
Okay.
you can refresh the numbers quickly, and we can go step through it. Yep.
Okay, gonna go back and now I gotta go pull this up. All right. Okay, one of them was excuse me, what was Mercer and Trigiani? I have to pull it all up. That's why I thought everybody looked at it, so we kind of had an idea. Because they have several different forms I have to go through here.
Oh, Stephanie, we can move towards the next item on the agenda.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wanted everybody to look at this so we, we can just vote on it.
It's always good to, before we take a vote or a motion for a vote, to refresh the numbers, so that, everybody's in sync, even though we looked at this on our spare time, it may not be on our forefront. So.
Okay, well, I mean, we can pull it up. So I have to go through all of them and look at the email.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can move to the next item on the agenda.
Because this is, we can go back.
And this can be a go back.
Hold on, I got a whole lot of things pulled up here. All right. But here we got to discuss what actions we want to take with Metropolis. I'm not sure if this should probably go into executive session. But I mean, I don't know, we could talk about it.
Regarding what specifically?
Just to talk about the money issue, the records that we have, and maybe y'all can speak on that in reference to what we've received so far from Metropolis.
Yeah, let's put that in executive session.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll put that in executive session. Let's go ahead and talk about the new bids for the sinkhole project. Since there was an increase in what Freedom gave us last time, they realized when they got there, Dominion had to have the work done. They have to have moved within 8 hours, certain things have to be done. So I'll let Manny kind of go over that with everyone about everything that they discussed.
Okay. What the plan. So what had changed for Freedom, I can speak to Freedom, was more that in the beginning when they presented the scope, the transformer was gonna be lifted. When Dominion and Freedom got on site, it was decided that the transformer would have to be relocated, and there's gonna be some power outage along Potomac, or both sides on Potomac. So they're trying to narrow down the outage to 8 hours. So because of that, there is that agency, additional machinery needed and additional manpower needed to be able to do the dig, settle the ground for Dominion to put the transformer back for the first day. So that increased the quote by $6,000 from the original quote. So it was important we bring it back to the board for the board to take a look at it, and also have other quote vendors opportunity to refresh their bids. So James, do you want to talk about messes?
Yeah, so I received an updated quote from Mercer. They advised their price would remain the same and they would be able to complete the necessary work in order for Dominion to reset the transformer within the 8 hour time window. However, they may need to come back the following day and just touch up by putting straw and grass seed and just tidy up the general area. JBR submitted a proposal, but it was missing a piece of information. Um, they still left their price at 25,500, but they were non-responsive to a follow-up question um, regarding that because the quote was not complete. So
What was Mercer's amount again?
Mercer's amount was $66,377.30.
Okay. Unmute. So their price is exactly what Freedom is going to do. Correct?
I'm not familiar with what Freedom was charging.
No, I'm saying they're going to do exactly the same thing that Freedom planned to do.
No, because JP Mercer does not believe the storm box at the edge of the driveway needs to be replaced.
So they're not going to replace it. So, Manny, since Freedom wants to replace it or just move it?
Say one more time. Are you asking whether Freedom
Yes.
is going to replace the curb?
No, the drain.
Oh, the 60,
drain.
the 60-inch. What storm drain are we talking about? I thought that all of the codes had the 60 feet of linear pipe being replaced.
Manny Freedom is quoting to replace the actual concrete enclosure structure that sits at the edge of the curb that all the water will fall down into before it goes out into the pipe. Freedom is
You're talking about a manhole.
Essentially, yes, the right there at the curb.
But Mercer is saying they don't need to do it.
Freedom didn't propose removing the manhole. If that's this manhole we're talking about, they were gonna, because if you look at it, the whole concrete that is sitting up there is down 2 inches. It's already sunk 2 inches. So they're gonna fix all that, right? Including the asphalt. I think a couple of parking area in that area as well. I'm not sure whether their codes. Go ahead.
So all they're doing is lifting it. They're not removing it. They're just lifting it up. They
cannot lift the concrete. There's no way. They're gonna go under. They got to remove all that stuff and concrete it back, and then do the asphalt. So they're gonna cut all that out. But I'm not sure whether the manhole itself will have to be replaced because that was not part of the scope. And I don't think the manhole needs to be replaced because they would have told us that whole manhole needs to be replaced.
Okay, but they're just going to replace the part with that sinking.
Yeah, do me a favor, Stephanie. Why don't you pull Freedom Code up?
Found freedom. Okay, let's see here. See if it's the, try to look and see if it's the new one. Let me just find these quotes here. Open up several different landscape sinkhole quotes. Proposal freedom. Oh, my computer is going slow. Real quick. Got too many things open.
And I think located.
Okay, so I'm looking at the other one, the 48.
So the job here consists of storm drain box and pipe replacement. So yes, they're gonna replace the storm drain box.
Mm-hmm. But Mercer's saying that they don't need to.
Okay. I mean, it's a long list, about 21.
Let's see, January, June, September. Sinkhole quotes. I mean, but that's the same. Okay, I'll pull up the quote here. Got it. Okay. The original one was for 48.
And the last one was 54.
Right. That was because of the additional manpower that they needed. That's the only thing that was changing.
Correct.
So here it's saying.
So this looks like it's the old quote, right?
I'm looking at the $48,000 one.
Okay, I'm looking at the 54,000. So
okay, so you have that one up. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, the only thing that's different is the manpower.
Okay. All right. So I think we're ready to proceed.
Yeah. So let me just close out of here. There's too many things open. Okay. So everybody had a chance to look at it and we all ready to motion. So if you want, you can make a motion on that, Manny, if you like. Did you hear me?
I've been talking to me. Sorry about that.
Oh, I said if you, okay.
I will go ahead and motion that we select freedom for this project because it looks like all our requirements are covered in their scope of work. Beside that, they are the one that are coming in with a reasonable pricing compared to the other vendors. Right? James stated that Mercer code was incomplete, so we can't really depend on that. Then no, is that JBR?
Mm-hmm.
And Mercer's code was higher.
Mm-hmm. Just
from what we
motion,
have.
just motion what you want, and we'll decide. I mean, we know, one was going to be higher than the other, and we know the other one was incomplete. So,
All right. So
yeah,
I'll go ahead and motion for us to select Freedom.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Okay, so everybody's in favor. Let me try to find.
Stephanie or someone on the board, would one of you please send me that so I have it?
Sure.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'll send it to you right now. Let me pull up. Wait, let me just pull this back up here. Then I'll send this to you. Okay. While we're discussing that, okay, discuss new biz. Okay, we got that done. Okay, the email account. Now that we have management, I just think that we need to streamline everything to one email account, because everybody now know to contact management. And if there's an issue, management will email us, but we just need to have one account and maybe a Gmail account. But I don't think the account that we have and that we're paying for, we need that. In the past, we only had one account and we never had to pay for it. And any documents that needs to be saved, it can be saved by the management company. We don't need to keep any documents ourselves. It can all be sent to them. So I would like to motion that we just go to one email that homeowners can send questions to, as long as they CC in management in it as well. And then we all as a board would get to see that one email. We don't have separate emails. We all kind of look at the one email. And if whoever is assigned to do a specific thing, if that comes up, then they can address it in that email. And we'll put it in a folder to know that it was taken care of, and we'll send it to management to let them know, hey, we handled this situation. So I think that we need to get rid of paying, because we need to save money, and get rid of the accounts that we're paying for and just keep one account that's free. So I'm just going to motion that we keep one account that we don't have to pay is free and is off for every board member to see.
Well, I second the motion.
So we're not going to have any discussion on this topic?
I just said what I had to say. I don't know what the discussion is that we're going to have, but you can say if you want to talk about it, but I just think that we need to save money, and management is going to be keeping any records or files that we need.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that we need to save some money.
So I think this issue needs to be open for discussion. Let's discuss this. Then
Go
the
ahead.
motion can take up there.
That's fine. You can discuss. I'm just saying I motioned it. If you want to discuss it, you go ahead and you discuss it.
So if we're going to talk about saving some money, can we discuss why we just spent $165 to mail postcards out to everybody when everybody has not gotten those postcards? And state law allows us to post those to their door as long as we take record that it was posted to their door. We're also paying for a website through GoDaddy, which is potentially $10 to $20 a month. And not to mention, I think it's just very tacky and honestly raises questions about privacy when you start using free services to deal with homeowners' private personal information and legal information. We should not be using Gmail or Hotmail for these types of issues. If we need to lower the type of plan that we're on, I'm in favor of that, but I am not in favor of us moving to a service where privacy is not protected. And, quite honestly, we already have this problem with the previous board. There's a Hotmail account that none of us have access to. So what's going to happen if somebody makes a records request for records prior to you coming on the board, Stephanie, in March? How's the board going to fulfill that? We're going to run into that same problem if we go down this road of having just a single email account.
Well, records requests should go to the management company. All the major questions should go to management. So if it's like parking, which I do, they can send an email to us because that's something that may need to be addressed that moment, that day. But anything else should go to management.
Okay, so are you going to be able to provide me, if I make a records request for the budgets that have been established for the last 3 fiscal years in this neighborhood?
That's management, and we don't have that. I don't think they had a budget. No one knows where the budget was. We're working on a budget now, but we don't have one for the past 3 years. First, I wasn't on the board for the past 3 years, so I don't know where that budget is. That's something you should have asked Metropolis about.
Either way, one email account is not a wise idea because board members have routinely and continue to do board business through their private personal email addresses, which is outside the scope of being able to do the neighborhood's business. And the records belong to the neighborhood and to the homeowners, not the individual board member. And those records should be captured, and all those emails should be captured. So that way, when the board changes, because it will change at some point, those records can follow along to the next board so they're not caught starting over again like what we've had to do because we don't have access to the previous email account.
As I stated before, all those emails should go to management. And what difference is it going to be if it's an account that we have through Google or if it's an account that we have through Gmail?
Because you have one person, all it takes is one person getting into that account that is shared amongst all of us and going, you know what? I don't like Yoshida today. I'm going to change the password. Then what are you going to do?
That information, that can still be done right now.
Yes, it can still be reset.
Okay, so it can still be done. What difference does it make?
Because with one email account, Stephanie, if somebody gets honked off, they can just lock everybody out and nobody will get the email at all.
So again, we can remedy that. We can have management have the password.
That doesn't remedy anything.
It's a remedy that nobody can lock anybody else, but it can be done the same way here. It's being done. It can be done even with this. So I don't see a difference. I just know that we can save money, and we've done it in the past. And it's all about ethics and how we deal with things. So there's a way to do exactly what you're saying with the current account if people are unethical. So I don't think it's going to make a difference, but I know it'll make a difference because we're going to save money. So like I said, I motion that we just have one account. Now that's just all I do is motion. Everybody can vote either way. I'm not here to debate it. I'm just saying how I feel because I don't see the difference in paying for something that we can get for free.
But we're paying $165 a month for every board meeting to go out when we could print those ourselves and post them on the door.
We're not spending $100 and something every board meeting to send notices out.
We just spent $165 on the last meeting.
Maybe that was the first one, but we're not doing that every meeting. We send in emails. We send stuff through emails. And my thing is this: if you knew that was the case, and you said, "Well, what have you done to say, hey, you know what? I'll put it on the doors so we can save money." We've done that in the past. We put it on every door, and even by doing that,
can I?
I was talking. Let me just finish my point, okay?
Mr. Aurora, quick question. You guys are, in expert in this subject as well. I would like to lean on to you. What is the standard practice? What is the industry practice concerning these emails that we discussed? Is there any guidance that you can provide the board?
Regarding having an account or the postcard?
Regarding having an account, whether it's going to be a single account for the board, right? Or basically what we have now.
It can go either way. It's definitely up to the board's preference. We do utilize something called Citrix. It's kind of like a Dropbox system that we can definitely get you guys set up on for document sharing and that kind of thing. And everyone has their own login information for that, but it's all under one domain. But regarding an email address, usually it's everyone has a separate address.
When you say separate address, like now when someone sends an email and they'll send it just to the president or they'll send it just to secretary or treasurer.
It should be sent to management.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It should just be sent to management. And
Correct.
like I said, what happened in the past, it was just one email and it was sent just to the board. So everybody who was on the board can log in. And whatever the question was, depending on what you were covering, you read it. Everybody got a chance to read it. And the person who addresses it addressed that. But if it's specifically something management needs to handle, then it needs to go directly to management. But questions like parking, things of that nature, that never went to management because management's closed after a certain time. So sometimes people need to park a vehicle after hours. So that's when they would just send an email to the board. And it just went directly to the board and the board would log in and see any questions. So it wouldn't go to any specific person. Everybody got a chance to see it.
Things tend to get missed if management's not the main POC, because perfect example, there are things that I get forwarded from this board that I wouldn't have seen if it wasn't forwarded to me. Versus if I'm the POC for everything, it's my job to delegate tasks. And that's kind of why we're here as a full service management company, is to be the point of contact for everything. Because there are, it's very sensitive matters like James brought up, legal issues, that we have to approach very carefully. And I think to avoid all possible questions and confusion, I think that management just needs to be the point of contact. And I understand for some things like parking, for example, but it's also unrealistic to expect you guys to be available 24/7.
I know it's unrealistic, but it was happening. People were texting us, emailing us, and and like I said, with parking, things happen in the middle of the night. So I can understand that they even call. But that's pretty much the main issue is with the parking. But everything else, I think, should go to management.
And she brought up a very good point. Aurora brought up a very good point. How is she going to be able to delegate tasks out to people if we're all staring at the same email account? Additionally, important legal matters should not be going to a generic Gmail account. There's people's private, sensitive information that can be shared in these documents that are going back and forth, and Gmail is not a secured email service.
And that's what I'm saying. That type of stuff should not come to us. I'm saying that should go to management. That shouldn't be coming to us.
But as a board, we have to be advised and be able to read and understand the information that's being sent to us if it's a legal matter. And
but again, it would be sent to management, and management will forward it to us.
Okay, Stephanie.
That is standard practice. That is how most of our boards prefer it, but as I stated before, it is completely up to you guys.
When you say standard practice, are you saying that they have everything go to management?
Correct.
Okay. So if we're saying everything goes to management, how do we get to know what you're going to send to us? Like, we're going to have separate emails still?
Either way.
or just one email so the whole board can see it?
All right, Stephanie,
That's what I'm trying to find out.
I think this issue is well debated, so we can move ahead.
No,
with the
I'm trying to
motion.
clarify. I'm just trying to clarify. Let me clarify what I'm asking her.
Okay.
So are you saying that we still keep this account we have and just pay for one email that goes to the board? Because I'm trying to figure out how we're going to get communication.
My
Once they send-
recommendation is that management is the point of contact. I don't know how you guys have done it previously. If you've had one email, like James said, and it didn't work, versus having separate emails, but then how do residents know who to contact about certain things? That's why there shouldn't be the option, and it should just come to us, and then we delegate to you guys.
So we don't see the email, you're saying? We won't get a chance to see the email, just go directly to you?
Correct.
Okay, then you assign people to handle that?
Right. Then, as I've been doing a couple examples that have come up recently, I forward you the email. I forward the entire board the email and ask, please advise how you would like me to respond.
Right, I understand that. I'm just saying, when you email it to us, we're just saying which account should we have for you to email us?
That's up to you guys.
And that's what I'm saying. If we just had a regular Gmail, would that be fine?
That's up to you guys.
Okay. Because I don't see, because you're going to address the issues. And just say it was a legal question. We would have a meeting, we would discuss it. It wouldn't be really over email like that. And if it's through the attorneys, they're gonna go through you guys, correct?
Emails, we can conduct business via email.
Okay.
You guys have an electronic resolution, so that we can do business through email. That's why I mentioned the Citrix share file. That's a secure website we can use where you guys can give feedback directly to whatever it is we're talking about, and it goes in sequential order.
Okay.
I can send you an example to see, so you guys can see what that would look like. I think that would appease everyone. Or, we can keep things as they are. It's completely up to the board.
I think we just have to, I guess, wasn't understanding what the Citrix was. So if Citrix is something we can all log into and get to see what everybody's asking, and we communicate like that, either with management or the community. Is that what you're saying? We communicate with the community through Citrix as well? No,
Citrix is just for like if we're looking at a document or a delinquency report.
Okay.
You guys, or like a perfect example of this back and forth that just happened with the sinkhole contract negotiation. It would all be condensed into one place, so you can see who made what comment when in sequential order. So there's no confusion as to, who said what and why someone thought this, and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I just was trying to understand how it works, like how we will be notified. So I don't have a problem with that, going through that. I think it's probably much more secure and it's all in a central location. So I would definitely want to do that. So I can motion that we have everything go through you all, and we're part of the Citrix, so that if we need to go onto share files or anything like that, that's the way we'll be communicated with. So I motion that we go with that scenario. We don't have to worry about all these other emails. So
okay.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So anybody opposed?
Aye.
Okay. Well, we have a majority, so we're going to move forward. There have been several complaints about landscaping, and consistent complaints about the same thing, missing certain areas, not cutting their yard, maybe damaging their stuff. And we've informed the company several times about it. They are good at correcting it, but it just seems like it's continuous. It's just continuous. So I think at this point, and I've asked management to kind of get us some bids for landscapers, so we can look at that. But yes, this has been an ongoing issue.
So instead of focusing on landscaping, can we worry about getting a snow plowing contract considering it's October?
Yeah, we can do that too. We can ask them for that too. That's not a problem. All we had to do is ask them. I don't think no one asked them. So, but I just wanted to bring up the landscaping so we can think about it, and we can request that from management for quotes for both landscaping as well as snowplow. Okay, Aurora, if you can get us some quotes on that, that'd be perfect.
I sent you guys an RFP. If it looks good, that's what I'm going to use to request bids from vendors.
Okay.
If you'd like to make any changes, that's fine too. I can actually put that into the share file for you guys to comment on and adjust as needed. But it's just a pretty standard RFP with, common area. You guys do front lawns, that kind of thing. So that will be available in the share file.
Okay, thank you. Just kind of help us with that because I've never used the Citrix.
Yeah, absolutely. It's super user friendly, and I can walk you guys through it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, any other questions on this landscaping before we move to reserve study? No? All right. So I've sent everybody a copy of the 3 bids for the reserve study. Did anybody get a chance to look at those?
Yes, I did.
Okay. There was emails about the insurance company stating that our premiums may go up due to the fact that there's some, issues from the claim, and that we need to address those. So I asked Aurora to ask them exactly what we need to fix, because if we don't fix it, they're saying that it's possibility that it will go up. If we fix it, then our premiums will probably be lower. But we just need to know exactly what it is that they're saying that we need to fix. And we're just waiting back for an email on that. So let's go. Just 1 second. Let me just find this.
Was that insurance discussion email sent to the entire board? Because I don't recall seeing that.
If I'm not mistaken, I think so. I'll look and see. This is the whole issue with the, having too many different people. When you send it, you forget that, oh, I got to add this person or this. So sometimes it just gets messy. So, but let me look and see. Yes, I'm glad it's going to a better way. Reserve.
Hola.
Let me see, what was it? Reserve proposal. Trying to find it. Legal insurance. Everybody. And I think I sent the email and said, okay, thank you. I will wait to hear from you about what they need for us to fix. So I don't think. Let me forward it now. There you go. So, but that's something we can, we have to look at and discuss what we need to fix. But the reserve study is what was sent to everybody. And I sent 3. So we can address that. The other one, if you need to look at it, we can look at it, but we still need to hear back from the insurance company. We haven't heard back to know exactly what it is that we need to fix. Okay, here we go. Let me pull them up. Okay, so we have a reserve study proposal from Global Solution Partners. They gave you different options. They have service options. The full reserve study with site visit was $3,100. They have a clear vision package for a total of $7,285. And like I said, if everybody looked at it, it explains all what those packages are. And then they have an option 3 with an ongoing partnership solution, which is $1,240 a monthly payment for 5 years, which include 1 full reserve study with site visit, plus 2 reserve study updates without site visit, and 1 reserve study update with a site visit, which would be here's a total of $9,470. So they have packages. They have initial, and then they have 1, and then consecutive ones as we need them. So I think everybody needs to look at that and see which one we need to choose, because it's important that we choose a reserve study, because that's going to affect our insurance. Okay, so we got another one. I'm going to pull it up from reserves, from Trust RSG. And this was, let me see how much. They have level 1, which is a physical and financial analysis, develop cash flow projection, component list, costs, and life estimates. That was $6,000. Level 2 is an update with a site visit. Those are just update, but I think we need a first initial. So, and I think that's what the 6,000 would be. Okay, and like I say, you can read through all the other things I sent it, so everybody could read through it prior to the meeting. And if everybody need more time, we can do so, but we do need to vote on it. We can vote as we did before via email. Someone can make a motion and we can vote via email. All right, so let me go to the third one. This one is from Reserve Advisors. Let me look and see what theirs cost. All the way down. So their full reserve study level 1 for a total, it would have been $5,200. And that would include all expenses. And definitely that's an on-site visit. So I'm sure people probably need more time to look at. Who would need more time to look at this? Who needs more time?
Do we need more time to look over the reserve studies?
Are we ready to vote on one, or do we need more time and then make a motion via email?
Maybe we should give Minnie and James some time and
Yeah, that's what I mean. I wish people would speak. I'm trying. That's what I'm asking. No one is responding.
Give us some time to review everything because
Okay.
yeah, I'm familiar with all of them, each
Okay.
company, but I just want to look through.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I do not require additional time. That's the reason why I didn't speak up when you asked.
Okay. So Manny, you don't require additional time either? Manny? Manny?
Stephanie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I don't know. I wasn't on mute, but you guys couldn't hear me. I said, I'm ready to vote, but if Rashida needs additional time, we can give it to her.
No, don't worry about me. I mean, I was just saying I'm familiar with each company.
Oh, okay. Let's
We can vote. We can go ahead and vote now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if anybody would like to make a motion, please do.
I make a motion. We go ahead and vote on it now.
Yes.
We got a lot of stuff in this neighborhood that we got to get fixed.
I agree.
We got sidewalks, everything that's on the scope for whichever company we choose. We need it like ASAP.
Okay. So which company are you motioning for?
I motion for reserve advisors.
Reserve advisors. Let me see. Let me look at them real quick. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the ones I was thinking about. Okay. I second.
That is,
yes.
Is that a site visit? And is that a company reserve for the 3,500?
They are. Let me tell you what theirs was.
Which site visit?
I'm gonna tell you what their price was. I'm just trying to get down to it. It's $5,000 for the full reserve study, level 1. That's including site visit. That's $5,200.
Okay.
Okay, so I second. Manny in favor. Anybody opposed?
I am, because they are not the cheaper option. If we're going to save money, we need to use the other service.
Do you want a motion the other service? I mean, it's up to you. I mean, that's why I asked anybody wanted to make a motion, they could. So, and which one are you saying?
Global Solutions Partners.
Global Solution Partners.
Option 1, full reserve study with a site visit for $3,100.
I'll second that.
Okay, let's see. Global Reserves. This is reserve study proposal.
So to ensure the motion is correct, I make a motion that we select Global Solution Partners, option 1, for a full reserve study with site visit in the amount of $3,100 with payment due in full upon delivery of the initial report.
Okay, let's see here.
I second that motion.
All right, let's see here. 3,100.
I am not opposed. That's an awesome price.
I'm in favor. No problem. Okay, let me just close this. Some of the things I'm pulled up here. Okay. Okay, so I think hold on. Okay. So I think we got everything we needed to talk about in new business. Did anyone else join since we started? Let me see.
Yeah, we've had a couple people jump on.
Okay. Okay, we got a little bit of what time is it? Oh, it's almost 7 o'clock. We got a couple minutes. We can see if anybody had any questions before we leave to go into executive session. Does anyone out who just jumped in before after we started have any questions before we go into executive session?
There were two comments pasted into the chat that I'm not sure the other board members are able to see at the moment. However, two homeowners have indicated that the board should not be moving away from individual accounts, and that the point of contact should be the management company. And they are not in favor of using Gmail. They do think it needs to be a professional email address.
Well, I think we made it clear that we wasn't going to use a Gmail. We said we're going to use Centrix.
That's not an email service, Stephanie. That's a document
Stephanie,
sharing.
That is not an email service. But the motion that was taken was to use one centralized email.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whatever the email is, we can decide on that.
Right. I thought we were deciding. I just think it needs to be one, and I don't think we need to pay for it. I don't see the purpose of paying for it personally. If we're saying everything is going to management, and we also have a Centrix, which is going to be safe to use.
That is for file sharing purposes.
Huh?
So that is for file sharing purposes.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said that is file sharing purposes.
Right. So important documents and stuff like that will go there.
Okay.
We wouldn't have.
I think we already taken the the vote, So I mean we acknowledge their consent and your thought on this.
Okay. So what are we? I think we're gonna have one email. But I guess the question is it going to be paid for? Is it going to be free?
I do have a question about that as a homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
This is Shelly. What was the reason for changing to that in the first place?
Going to the paid one?
Yeah, to what we currently have.
Well, at the time, we didn't have a management company that was responsive or anything.
Okay.
So that's the only reason why they did that initially, because we didn't have any communication. So we were pretty much doing it ourselves. So, but I think we should go back the way we had it.
Okay, I was just curious on why you changed to that initially.
Yeah,
okay.
Because we didn't have a management that was doing anything. That's why.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Carrie over on King's Crest. I mean, I would prefer if it was a professional email address just for safety and security purposes, but I understand the need to save money. I think my line in the sand though would be that homeowners do need to have some way to contact the board independently of the management company. I have wonderful high hopes for Landmark. I hope it's a great experience, but the last two have not been. So as long as we have some way to get in touch with the board, I think we can all live with whatever makes sense.
And I think that's why we're saying we have one, but we're not going to put sensitive information on there. But pretty much everything should go through management. I think what has happened is since we did not have a management that was involved, and we had to do everything, the community got used to that. And we were very responsive immediately to the needs of the community. But now that we have a management company, we put a lot of our own time, at any time of the day we were responding in the middle of the night. I think now we have a management company to help relieve those issues, and they should be the point of contact.
Yes, Stephanie, I absolutely agree with you, right? Because you guys have all dealt with a tremendous amount of homeowner stuff that should have gone through a management company, over the course of the last year, and you've been wonderful about that. I just want there to be a backup plan, just because of previous experience with, trying again, high hopes for Landmark being a great company to work with, but based on past experiences, I just want there to be some way to connect with the board if reaching out to the management company does not work. That's all.
I think we're saying that, yeah, we can still have that backup, but we just don't see the need to have to pay for it. Because again, we keep saying that important information, sensitive information should not be sent to that website. To that email. Everything should go to management.
Yep, understood.
So that's what I was just trying to say. Any other questions?
So let me comment after Ms. Carey here. Ms. Carey, we are not going to lose the human touch that the board brings on the table. We're still going to be involved. Landmark is just going to be the forefront, but we'll be that back end, and we'll still do a lot of the work. So rest assured, we are here for the community, and we'll do anything that is required to get things done.
I'm muted. So I think we understand. We want to continue to be involved with the community. But I just think that financially, I don't think that we need to pay. Especially if, well, like I said, sensitive documents is going to them. Sensitive information is going to them. We just got to make sure we share that with the community to let them know.
I just find it absolutely hilarious that as a professional organization that we're willing to throw aside the norms in order to save $1. Having paid email is the cost of doing business for any professional organization. You don't see Landmark using Gmail or Outlook or Hotmail. You don't see any Fortune 500 using the same thing. And there's at least a half a dozen homeowners associations around here that are using a professional email. I just find it comical that we're fretting over a couple of dollars a month when we still haven't winterized our pool yet. And now we've got insurance issues and potentially a reserve study that's going to show that we don't have enough money in the bank.
There's no need. Since we have them offering coverage for sensitive documentation. So, and we need to save money. And your point exactly. So, at this point, I think we're just going to go with one email. Let the community know that all sensitive information, very important information needs to go to management. And they, like they said, they will delegate it to us what we need.
And just curious, how are they supposed to delegate it to us if we're not having individual emails here, because I still do not see the need for a single point of failure. We're setting ourselves up for an issue.
Management, you would like to answer that one?
James, you're opposed to having one email account and you just want to keep things the way they are, correct?
So what I'm opposed to is getting rid of the Google accounts completely. We can downgrade the account. That's fine. I would be in favor of that. But if you're going to be delegating tasks out to people, why do I care what task you are delegating to the treasurer or to the secretary? That is a task that you've assigned to them. Why does it matter to me? They should be adult enough, if they're going to serve on the board, to be able to handle their task. I'm fine with the Citrix. I think the Citrix is fantastic, but I'm not in favor of us using one single email account, because all it takes is one person, be it Stephanie, be it Manny, be it me, or be it Yoshida, getting mad and going in and changing the password and locking everybody out of that account. And then where are we? We're right back to square one. We have a single point of failure.
That is not the case, because if it's just one email and she delegated, for example, to you, everyone will see who was delegated to. Just say you're busy and you don't get a chance to address it. At least as a president, I'm supposed to oversee to make sure these things get done. So I need to know what's being delegated to this person in the event that they miss it or they forget it. And I say, hey, did you remember that this email that you had to do this? Or do you need help on doing that? So yes, we all need to know. You say transparency, right? So I think that's part of transparency.
So can we talk about how many of the legal issues and stuff that you're handling in your personal hideshome@gmail.com address? If we want to talk about transparency.
What are you
this
talking
this
about?
is what I'm talking about here.
What do you mean
This is the
personal?
issue.
What do you mean? I'm not sure what you're talking about.
You have forwarded emails that are in legal of nature from your hideshome@gmail.com address to the board. You are still conducting association's business through your personal
When they gave
email.
me a quote, if someone gave me a quote and I sent it to my email, because I can't remember this email sometimes, so I just say send it to me and I forward to you all. What's the issue with that?
Oh my goodness, Stephanie. Okay.
What's the issue with that? I'm just trying to figure out what the issue is with that.
If you can't see it, I can't draw you a picture.
Okay,
It's
then don't.
obvious
Okay,
here.
okay, yeah, I'm done with that. So at this point, we agree. We're just going to have one.
Well, in that case, I will be maintaining my VP at board email address, and I will personally pay for that out of my own pocket. So I expect anything that's delegated to me to be sent to that email address.
That's fine if you want to pay for it. We're not paying for it. Any more questions? So we got to get to executive session. And people saying they're locking out people they don't like. That's being done now. So I don't understand.
Actually,
So
no, it's not, Stephanie. Nobody.
Let's go to executive session.
Yeah, no, hold
Any
on.
more questions?
Yeah,
Any more
actually, there
questions?
is a question, Stephanie. I have I have a big issue with your last comment. Nobody has been locked out of any of their board email addresses, and the fact that you are even remotely suggesting that is offensive on all fronts.
Okay, we already know the truth, so we're not gonna argue that.
No,
So
Stephanie.
We're not.
You are
We're going to-
straight up
this is
lying,
business.
Stephanie.
This is board business.
You
This is
are
board
lying,
business.
Stephanie.
I'm not lying. So at this
Nobody
point,
has been locked out. Nobody
yes,
has been
yes.
locked out.
Yes,
of
they
their-
have. Yes,
Who?
they have.
Tell me
You
who,
have
Stephanie.
controlled it, and you've done whatever you wanted to do with it, and that's
No,
why
I
we're
haven't,
definitely going to
Stephanie.
one, because we don't want no one person controlling it.
Oh my gosh, you are absolutely delusional.
Okay,
Nobody's been
all right.
locked out
I'm
of their
delusional.
email account,
Okay.
Stephanie.
Okay. All right. Well, we made a decision and that's it. We made a decision. The board, the majority voted. This is what we're going to do.
And you have told an incorrect statement
No,
to
I
the
have
neighborhood.
not.
Yes,
I
you
have not.
have.
Okay. No, I haven't. No, I
Yes,
haven't.
you
Okay.
have. Nobody
That's your
has been locked
opinion.
out.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Stephanie,
That's
nobody
your
has been
opinion.
locked out of
Guys,
their account.
guys,
I'm done. I'm trying
guys,
to get out of it. I'm done.
Yes,
this
and
is
we
a board
move on,
meeting. We have an
please.
Yes,
agenda
I'm trying to move
proceed.
on. I'm trying to move on.
Ah,
So we have nothing else to say. There's no more questions. And we need to get to executive session. So I'm going to motion that we come out of this meeting and go into executive session at 7:14.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, let's go on into executive session. Everybody else is off.